Monticello on RiverBender.com.
We're gonna take a trip across the sea. Everybody come along with me. We're gonna hit the night down in Gay Paris.
Welcome back, 922. We're here with RoxAnn Raisner. Did I get that right? Whew, I botched something in interview, RoxAnn. Coming up on April the 26th, the 1820 Colonel Benjamin Stephenson House presents Trivia Through the Decades. This is your guys' biggest fundraiser.
It is. It's our biggest fundraiser for the year, and we've been doing it since about 2013, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, before we dive into the fundraiser and what the night's all about, take me through just, 1820 Colonel Benjamin Stephenson House as a whole, and because I'm, not too familiar with it, and I like to learn a little bit more on the show with the audience.
Well, I like to say we're the best kept secret in Edwardsville. So, we're a living history museum, and we're pretty close to downtown Edwardsville. And the house was built in 1820, and so we do tours, we do demonstrations. We have a small gift shop, but it's more of a hands-on type museum. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So, take me through that. So whenever I walk in the doors, what can I expect? Because I have seen your events and we've added them, to the calendar before and all of that. And really what it reminds me of is like almost going to, naming a national landmark like a Williamsburg and having like a taste of that though.
Yeah, it's a tiny little taste of that.
But it's so cool though to see all this kind of come into life,
Yeah, usually we have docents that will be dressed in period clothing from the 1820s, and then we'll take people through on, guided tours. But if we have demonstrations going on, people are welcome to, join in, like make candles or help us in the kitchen or whatever. But we like to teach about the Edwardsville history, the region's history, the house's history. So it's kind of a big mashup of various, information.
Can you fill me in on the house's history a little bit?
Oh, I can. I do it all the time.
Sorry to make you work today.
It's like, I didn't have enough coffee for this.
I'm sorry.
Well, the house was built by Benjamin Stephenson and his wife between 1820 and 1821. And unfortunately, he only lived in the house about 9 months before he died. Oh. And then she stayed for 13 years. And but they raised their family there. He was very much involved with politics when the state was really young. He helped write the Constitution for the state, but they moved into the region before it was even a state. And they came to Edwardsville in about 1816 and then built the house. And so it would have been one of the nicer houses in Edwardsville, but it was a farm. And it was fairly self-sufficient, but he was very involved with politics in Washington. She was very involved with the Presbyterian Church. So they were, movers and shakers of the day, but I always say he was a man of seconds, so not many people knew who he was because he really didn't do anything first. He was always the second. He followed somebody else's footsteps. So, but it's, one of the oldest houses in the state, one of the best preserved houses for the federal period, which is the time frame that it was built in. And so it's, it's on the National Registry, so it's a pretty important landmark for the region.
That's really cool. Honestly, and when you're going through and you're doing these events, what are you taking away from the public's perception of it? Because I know you mentioned earlier, like best kept secret in Edwardsville, but when you see the public come in, what are their takeaways? What's their experience?
Well, we want them to have a good experience. A lot of people think history can be very dry and very boring, but we try to make it, interesting and fun, and make it relatable, because I think if you can make it relatable to people, it's easier for them to understand and appreciate, I guess,
right.
You want to say. So I hope that people leave with a better understanding and actually had fun while they were there.
Well, and too, I always think about things like this when I go on tours, as I just wouldn't make it back then. I'll just be honest with you. I'd last about 7 days, and that's on the high side,
You'd be surprised. I bet you'd do fine. You do fine. So.
Well, it's just, so when you're talking, is that a common question, though, when you're bringing things up just on the ways that people, kind of community live? Does that kind of become a topic of conversation?
It does. A lot of people are like, oh, there's no way. We have a tendency to want to believe that our ancestors were stupid, and they really weren't. They were probably smarter than we are because they had survival instincts that we don't have. But yeah, it's, it's interesting,
So, getting into the Trivia Through the Decades event, this is what I think is kind of cool because, mentioning already it's your biggest fundraiser of the year, and just hearing a little bit more about what you guys do, it's really great to know what these funds are going towards and just more that, not only you guys can achieve, but the area and region can discover about our past. That's really cool.
Yeah. Well, this helps keep us open on this particular event, and we don't always stay in the 1820s. So this particular event, we like to do different themes, different decades. That's why Trivia Through the Decades. This year we're doing the 80s, the 1980s. So we're going back to the 80s, and all the decorations will be 1980s. Our costumes are 1980s because we get into this.
Are you going to have the big St. Louis trucker hat that says St. Louis? Like,
I don't think anybody's got that.
You'd be surprised.
You're right. I would be so. It's a completely immersive event when it comes to trivia, but it's not all 80s stuff. So we've got like trivia questions that range from like the 1920s to the present. So. Mm-hmm.
Well, and now it's $200 for an 8-person table, which is really affordable, honestly.
It's I think probably one of the cheaper trivia nights. But it all goes for a good cause because it does help keep the museum open, and it helps fund our educational programming for kids and adults all throughout the year.
If I don't have 7 friends, can I still go by myself?
Mm-hmm. You can come by yourself. You can have a whole table to yourself, and it's only $25. But if you want to be on a team, a lot of times people have openings on their tables, so
really cool.
You can find a place usually.
Well, and now going into this, doors open at 6, the trivia begins at 7, and it's at the Moose Lodge, which is really a great venue. Do you have a lot of events there?
Well, this is the only one we do there because it's big, and it gives us a lot of space to spread out, and we usually do. But yeah, it's been a great venue that we've been going there. Several years we've been there. I can't tell you off the top of my head how many years we've been going there, but it is a good venue. Yeah.
When I also saw cash prizes, so now I'm interestingly nosy on this. How much can I win?
Well, if you're first place, you get your table fee back. So you get $200. Yeah, and if you're second place, you get half your table back, and that's the only 2 cash prizes that we do. So first and second, it pays for itself.
That's honestly, get yourself a good team, and you're rocking and rolling on April the 26th. Also, free mulligans are going to be a part of this.
If you get your registration in by the 19th. You have to pay and get your table registered by the 19th, and then your mulligans are for free. And those just help, with your questions. If you have a question you don't know the answer to, you use your mulligan. And so that's what it's for.
So I'm just going to ask this just in a safe way, because this could get dangerous. Free soda, water, and beer.
Beer.
Is the beer free?
The beer is free as long as it lasts.
Wow.
If we run out, then it's done. But we have yet to run out. In all the years that we've been doing this, we have not run out of beer. So
what a deal!
Yeah,
it's a great deal. This is incredible. So you get free mulligans if you pay by the 19th. You get free beer. And then you got the chance to win your cash back. The 50-50 raffle we'll talk about here in a second. And then I'm sure we can bring our own food and stuff.
Yes, you can bring your own food. You just can't bring in drinks. They don't.
Perfect.
They don't allow that.
Why would you if it's free anyway? That makes no sense. Yeah. See, we'll get on you right away, even before you make the decision.
Yes, exactly. There you go.
So how big is the 50-50 get?
Well, we're actually not going to do the 50-50 this year. We're doing a lottery ticket raffle instead.
Wow.
And so we'll have a collection of, a pretty good sized collection of lottery tickets that people will bid on. We had planned on doing the 50-50, but we decided we would do the raffle ticket or the lottery ticket instead because it was more popular. We did it last year for the first time, and it went really well.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Good for you guys.
Yeah.
See, that's cool. I never win those things.
I never do either. So, you're not the only one.
So, silent auction still taking place?
Yes, we'll still have the silent auction, and we try to get, different types of gift baskets that have, themes to them or tickets to sporting events, things like that. We're looking for donations, so if anybody would like to donate anything to that silent auction, we'll take that too. But it's just a whole variety. Gift cards, whatever businesses are willing to give to the event. Yeah.
Do you guys have a pretty good network and collaboration system with the businesses?
We do.
Around?
We really do. We've had a lot of support from local businesses, so that's been great. So, yeah.
Wonderful. You got a moment to stick around?
Sure.
We'll take a quick break. I got to pay a bill, and we'll come back with a little bit more of this conversation and so much more on this Wednesday morning right after this.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
no matter the season. Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Don't shoot the messenger, please. If you're going to the Savannah Bananas game, you're going to have to go in July. They just rescheduled for weather and all that bad stuff. Isn't that not good? I mean, there's a lot of people that are going to be angry about that one. So, there was hundreds. It was crazy how many people were on a wait list for these tickets.
They're pretty funny guys.
You know what's crazy, though? I can't walk and chew gum, and they're doing backflips and throwing baseballs. You know?
All their dance routines and all that stuff, too, yeah.
I'm like Steve Martin in The Jerk when I dance, you know?
I understand that, too. I feel that. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
So, we're coming back and just talking trivia through the decades with the 1820 Colonel Benjamin Stephenson House. Am I saying that right? Okay, I've been kind of self-conscious about that.
Yeah, no. Well, it's a mouthful, that's for sure. So, yeah.
Well, and, we have this one coming up on April 26th. We'll wrap up with an overview on that again. But take us through the year. What are some of the other annual events or some things that come down the pipeline?
Well, this is our biggest event, biggest fundraiser, and then we do themed events throughout the year. We have like a dessert event we're going to have one in May, which is basically sold out, and then we have another one in June, which hasn't been listed yet, but it's historical desserts. So we ask people not to eat before they come.
What is that? I'm so sorry, but I'm really a dessert guy. So what is a historical dessert?
Well, it's desserts that would have been served at that time, which are not necessarily desserts that we serve today. So you get a variety, you get a history lesson, you get to eat in the dining room. It's all, all candlelight and everything.
Oh, wow.
So it's a cool event.
What type of desserts though?
Well, the lady who does it changes it up for the season. Mm-hmm. I suspect she'll have some what's called Queen's cakes and probably some strawberry tarts. Don't mark me down for that for sure, but she just does different puddings, and puddings aren't what we think of a pudding. Pudding is more like
these are cool. Yeah. I like that. See, I'm a dessert. I was curious about what was getting gnawed on back then.
It's one of the events that usually sells out within days. Once we list it, it's out. This one was sold out within 2 days after we listed it. Yeah. So
congratulations.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great one. People like it. We also have some summer camps for kids, which we have a girls' summer camp, which is called Miss Lucy's Academy, and then we have a War of 1812 militia summer camp.
Wow.
Boys and girls can come to both. It doesn't matter.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and the kids really like it.
What happens there?
Each one's a little bit different. With Miss Lucy's, the girls get to dress up in historical dresses. They get to learn things that were, common for girls, young girls to know. And then with the militia camp, they learn about being in the militia when we were in the territory still. So they learn about drilling. They learn about cooking over a fire, how to start a fire, things like that. So, and building putting a tent up or building a shelter, that kind of thing. So it's very immersive for
Wow.
that. And it goes on for 3 days.
How many spots are open for that?
We only have 12 spots for that because we're obviously a really small site. But yeah, we have 12 spots open.
Does it fill up pretty quick?
No, Miss Lucy's is usually one that fills up the fastest. And the militia camp, we only do that like every 3 years. So
Okay.
we've got, I think, a few already in it, but not very many at this point. So it'll start to fill up a little bit later.
Interesting.
So yeah, and then we have some exhibits in October because that's when Colonel Stephenson died. So we do a big morning exhibit then, and then we have like a Christmas event, which is the weekend of Thanksgiving. So it kind of kicks off the holiday season. And then we do little events throughout the year. Other than those are our main big ones, but then we do little ones that we just kind of stick in
I'm sure
there.
the Christmas one's got to be cool.
It is. It's really cool because it's all. I mean, the all the fireplaces are going. You got candles. It's at night, so you see the house in a completely different perspective than you do during the day. So it's cool. Yeah,
That's awesome. Well, getting back in to trivia through the decades, it is 80s themed. So I'm guessing we're going to have some pop culture, maybe just an MTV category.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's actually kind of the 1980s MTV. Yeah, is the whole theme backdrop. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So how do you decide on what's the topic of trivia this year? Is there like a board, or you guys just kind of feel it out?
It's just a committee, and we have a committee of people, and we just kind of vote on what our theme's going to be. We did a 1920s speakeasy once. We did a USO 1940s. So it runs the gamut of decade themes. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So getting into this event too, how many people do you expect at this? You said it's a pretty big one.
It is pretty big. We usually have 23 to 25 tables. Of 8, and so. And they, like I said, this one sells out pretty fast. So
and you still have beer by the end of the night?
Believe it or not. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Brought in the whole Coors factory.
Just back up the truck. Yeah. Just back up the truck. Yeah. Open the back. So
that's incredible. So, just because it does fill up, when do you recommend people, if they're kind of they're thinking about this? I mean, just because you don't want to lose out or miss out on some
Well,
fun.
I would definitely say if they're thinking about it, get it in before the 19th, because if you do that, you get your mulligans, and that's a big part of the game. But I would not wait too awful long, because we're about halfway through our tables now. And that's really unusual, because normally we don't start really selling them until now.
Well, good for you guys.
We've been about halfway through. So
congratulations.
I don't suspect they're going to last much longer. So
really cool. It's $200 for an 8-person table, $25 for individual ticket. Doors open at 6, trivia at 7 at the Edwardsville Moose Lodge. That's at 7371 Marine Road. That's such a big venue too. That has a lot of space.
Yeah, it is.
And then table and more information you can find out at stevensonhouse.org, but you can get your money back if you win first place, or get it half back if you win second place. And then the silent auction, do you have a few items already?
Yeah, we've got a few things that are coming in, and we'll start getting more, but we've had like area businesses that are around us are usually really good about donating things. But yeah,
this is cool.
Yeah.
Can you buy mulligans while you're there?
Yeah, you can buy mulligans on top of it. I can't tell you the price of the mulligans off the top of my head, but they're not, it's not super expensive or anything, but it's nice to get them free if you can get registered early.
Really cool. Anything else to talk about for this one?
No, I think we've covered it all.
Really cool. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Would like to have you back on the show as we get throughout the year and see how you guys are just keeping along this year.
Well, we're happy to come.
9:41, a little bit of change. Daily show on a Wednesday after the election. We're all recovering. But we're looking to greener pastures right after this commercial break.